Last episode, it ended up becoming a theory episode at the end, and we're sticking with that. So when we play this game, there shall be some theories that go along with the gameplay while we play.
I hope you like, subscribe, and enjoy. We'll see you later.
Kai will introduce the first. Alright, what today's theory is about.
Today's theory is about the backstory of Robin.
And I know what you're all thinking. Oh, Robin, which one do you mean? Which one are you talking about? And I'm talking about the one, the only, Dick Grayson, or as we believe him to be. That's right. There is a deeper story behind everyone's favorite boy wonder, Dick Grayson, aka the Teen Titans Robin.
We believe this to see as the Joker's son. Robin, as we think the Joker's son, came into our vision. Why do you ask? We answer you with this. Have you always noticed the same attributes as the Joker?
And
The Joker has a crazy side, so has Robin. And if you notice in one of the episodes of Teen Titans, you can see Joker's calling card.
It's an episode where I think it's season 3 or 4, where Robin hallucinates Slade being alive and is obsessed over it. And at the end, he is throwing Slade's mask into a box. And on his desk, next to the mask that he grabs, is Joker's calling card. Which, I know what you're saying. Oh, that's not enough to prove that he is Joker's son. Well, listen to this. Did you notice that in the comics there is a brief mention of Joker and Harley Quinn having a son, and later on their son no longer being around in the next issue? That is because their son wanted to be a hero, and when he was sent out, he went to join Batman. And so Joker killed Damian Wayne, aka Bruce Wayne's son, and then brought him back to life and turned him into the new Joker.
But if you have noticed, every time Joker kills a Robin, if Joker always kills a Robin, there's always another Joker, the same height, and the same
age as the Robin that died, because the original Joker was very old, or looked older than all the others. And that is because he keeps his legacy going by predecessors. And Harley Quinn hypnotizes them.
And if you think there's still not enough proof to believe that Joker's is not Robin's dad, well, we got something in for you. Have you noticed that Robin has also been addicted to fighting Slade as the same thing as Joker fighting Batman?
Slade became Robin's Joker. and Damian and this Robin had the same choice of weapon. And I know what you're gonna say. Well, so did another Robin. And I know exactly which one you're talking about. I don't remember his name, but his was slightly different. If you notice, his was modified to be able to do different things, whereas Damien's was just a plain old bow staff and a bird rings. Whereas this Robin has the same thing, which means that Bruce raised him to be somewhat like Damien. And I also believe that Red X is Damian Wayne, aka the Joker.
But Kyle, how would you know this by only thinking of the theory?
Because
to be for sure,
we have to look back into Batman.
Me and Kyle has been studying, looking, and taking notes because we do it as geeks, okay?
Yes, we are big geeks. So I did some digging because I noticed the Red X suit looked similar to a suit that showed up right after Damian became Robin. He ran it by Bruce as a suit that he wanted when he became an independent hero. Red X, or as he was gonna call himself, the Dark Wing. I know what you're thinking. Nightwing, Dark Wing, what's the difference? Nightwing, Robin had respect for Damian. He never wanted to hurt Damian. So that's why he became Nightwing when he became independent, to carry on Damian's wish. And I know what you're thinking. Well, why did Robin use the Red X suit to draw out Slade when it wasn't even his? Well, it was, he made the suit, but Damian took it as kind of a revenge, a vendetta, because he has a vendetta against Dick Grayson for taking over his father's love. And now, and if you still don't think that's enough proof, Kai, why don't you give them some more?
Well, if you actually do research on Damian and Robin, you will know that we already told you this, while Harley Quinn and Joker had a son. They recently, I think we already told you this too, but they recently kicked the Robin out because he wanted to revert back to being good. If Damian, aka Red X, wants to be good, then why would he attack the Robin that is Nightwing? Well, we already told you this too, as fellow Kyle has told you, but he wanted to do that because Robin, aka the Teen Titans, that we got the Robin, has took his father's love away from him. Now, this is the information that y'all have been waiting for. Slade has to do in the mix with this scenario.
Now, I'd like to make one more comment on the whole Robin thing. Y'all are probably gonna wonder, well, if, why did Bruce just keep his regular name? Well, we believe that not only is it his regular name, but we not only so Dick Grayson is dead. There was never a original Dick Grayson sidekick except for Joker's maybe son, because in Batman vs Superman, next to his parents' grave was Richard Grayson. Dick Grayson, aka Dick Grayson. Richard Grayson, aka Dick. Which Joker then named their son out of the irony. And we will get that, we will get into that in part 3 of part 2 of Robin's backstory theory.
But if you still don't believe this, how about you think back to where it all began as Batman? See, during this time, Batman's
well, we're gonna cover that in the next episode, because that's kind of, we want to cover more of the Slade and Terra and Beast Boy aspect for season 6.
But as in season 3, we will give you more theories about the Terra and Beast Boy aspect. But for now, let's go all the way back to where Batman began. As you know, Batman's parents has been killed by a mysterious person. Me and Kyle has presumed it to be the original Joker.
Because, and I know what you're thinking, how could that be possible? There's no clues. Actually, there is. So, every version of the backstory, all you see is a white, leathery-looking hand. I personally believe that is Joker, because it matches every version of the Joker ever. The white, leathery skin. And here's my theory. Dick Grayson, the original Dick Grayson, was Bruce's cousin, which would explain why he's buried next to the Wayne family grave.
But
Bruce's mother had a sister.
But Kyle, why would a unbelievable person with a middle name or that name have something to do with the Wayne family? Because it doesn't make sense. Why would Waynes be in touch with the Graysons?
Well, I believe that the Waynes never started out wealthy. No one ever does. They wanted to make they were looking for any way into rich and fames at the time. They went to Joker before he had his accident. I don't believe that they knew exactly what they were getting into. They found out that he was a mob boss. And so years later, after he funded them and allowed them to become millionaires, he wanted money from them and threatened to kill the kids. And they're like, okay, well, how does the original Dick Grayson play into this? Well, like I was saying, cousins. Bruce's mom had a sister. We know that for a fact through family portraits that we see. That we do see. Obviously, she married someone and had a kid along the way. They were the acrobatics. But before they became acrobatics in a circus for fun, obviously, they were helping in the lab. And when Joker started threatening the kids, they put together a plan. A plan to kill the elusive Joker. And I know what you're thinking. How could they have done that? Well, Joker gas wasn't his idea. they originally planned for it to be his demise. They made it to kill him, but they miscalculated, and it ended up being a gas that makes people laugh to death, which explains why he has that plastered smile on his face.
But Kyle, during the movies, Joker explained why he got his smile. He said that he has cut that smile.
But
he had killed his parents.
But the story was always different in several ways, which meant that he made those stories up to be menacing. He didn't want to admit that he'd been bested by a couple of scientists who put together a gas that not only made him laugh till he fell over the rails into his own vat of toxic acid that ate away at his skin, but also mutated him to where it didn't kill him. He then went on to kill not only Bruce's parents, but also, and left him alive to torture him. And then went on...
Now this is where Harley Quinn comes in. Why does Harley Quinn have the same skin as Joker? Well, if you didn't know, there's a new movie called Suicide Squad. That actually happened, but something different happened. Instead of them kissing itself, blah blah blah.
We find out that
we find out that Harley Quinn was actually enduring with this all along. She wasn't a scientist for him. She was with him from the beginning.
And we get a backstory of that version of Joker, which is not the original Joker. It is Nightwing. I know what you're gonna say, but we just agreed that Nightwing was the Dick Grayson from Teen Titans. Not necessarily. Let's say that there could be someone, there were obviously a bunch of other Robins. Obviously some names got overlapped. And she fell in love with not the Nightwing that we know as Blue, with the blue bird and the blue mask, but the red bird and the red mask, which would be the third Robin, right before Damian is born and becomes the new Robin, and right before they are revealed to have had a kid together. That is the Joker, not the original Joker, but the Joker that caused all the pain in Damian's life.
But the rest of the theory will be in the clip scene of part 3. I hope you like, subscribe, and enjoy. Come back for more, and don't forget to go subscribe to my channel, Naruto GG Shadowgun. And I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day.
See you in the next video. And remember, this is just a theory. A film theory. Again, shout out to the film theorist for that outro. Don't sue me.